Alright, so the third season of the Underground Labyrinth is here, and today I'm gonna show you exactly what you need to do in order to beat it, and as well as like in order to beat it efficiently multiple times, because of course you're gonna have to beat it multiple times in order to like clear out the shop, because we do have an addition of a new shop here. There's also some additional changes which I think are really good, and we'll go over them in a bit, so do check the timestamps in the description down below for the different parts. But about the shop, like you can get some gems, you can get the card, SR pendants, handwheels, hammers, super awakening coins, awakening stars, as well as this box here, which contains some random goodies, and you can buy one of those every single day, so do make sure you get that every day. You can get some SSR pendants, which is really nice. But about the labyrinth itself, it does feature some new changes. So if we just go in, it costs the same. You'll see something right here which you won't see the first time you actually go in here. Now this is me actually clearing it with one team, and this button right here basically allows me to pick one of the units to actually start with, as well as like get a passive. And I do believe I get to pick which passive to have my consecutive runs be much easier, so I can ensure that I always am able to like clear them, and so I can get enough of those cubes in order to clear out the shop. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna click this red button here to start fresh, because I do want to show you exactly what you need to do from like the first time you actually enter here. Now as you can see, the board has changed a little bit. You have two paths you can pick from, the left path or the right path. Now if you go the right path, you will of course encounter these like mystery boxes which can contain like anything. You can get lucky, you can get super unlucky, or you can go the left path, and this is always going to be predictable. I generally go the left path, and that is because it's a little bit more predictable. You can like always know that you're gonna get like one of these passives here, you're gonna get another passive here, you can buy some passives in this shop right here and stuff like that. So that's always gonna be the same, and the different floors actually look the same, I believe, so it's not all that different. Now what is different is you have the choice of 6 new units. So the 6 units you have a choice of are of course the 7 Deadly Sins units, but as you can see, they're all of different races. So Merlin is an unknown unit, Ban is a human unit, then we got a fairy, we got a giant, a goddess, as well as a demon unit. Now this is important because the teams you want to build are of course going to have to reflect the races that you pick, because the passives you're going to get are of course going to buff your attack by like 100%, 150%, it's going to buff your defense by 100%, your HP by 100%, it's going to go crazy, and you're going to have a full team of that specific race. So picking like the first unit could be very important, and that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pick a human. Ban here does have a very nice passive, you know what it does if you've played like the King Ban team in either the Wolf Boss or the new Dragon Boss, Nidhogger, where basically you're gonna patience everything. It does kind of work if you can get a taunt unit like Red Arthur. I do believe you can get Red Arthur from here. But what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna go into the first mission. We're just gonna go the left path every single time. Of course, when you get to the second floor as well as the third floor, the right path will allow you to like resurrect one of your units. It's not that important in the beginning, but it's still something that's kind of nice. So here we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna reduce the damage of the other mob. But this generally kills. Sometimes if you can get enough crits, like the bronze card will crit with Ban here as well. But this phase shouldn't take more than like 2 turns, depending on how like lucky or unlucky you are with cards. I do believe this kills, and then that should kill as well. And then we'll get to pick our first passive. Now what the first passive you want to go for is of course going to be a human passive, and you can sort of re-roll the thingy. Like say you don't get a human card passive, you can just re-roll it and then hope you get it on the first re-roll. If you have to go for the second re-roll, that's basically going to make it so that you have to spend 35 of your, and that's way too much. So here we got some random passives. I do believe this is like defense, this is something else, like these are not the human passives, this is a giant passive. So we just re-roll. Like I don't even have to read what they do. None of these are like human passives or whatever. Alright, that's a human passive, and it's actually gonna be a good passive, I believe, so I'm just gonna have a look at what it does. So it increases defense of all humans. Unfortunately, that's not the one we're really after. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna reset here until I actually get it, so I'll catch you in a bit when I actually do get like a good passive. Alright, so for our second run, these are the passive that we got here, and I do believe we actually got a good human passive there. Hopefully it's not the defense one, I just translated it. Yeah, it's the attack power one. So this one is the best one you can get, this one down here. And we're just gonna take that, we're gonna save our stones there, and we'll go over to the next one. Now, as you will see here, Ban is gonna do so much more damage. He will pretty much just one-shot all the units. If he doesn't get that one, it can take like 2 turns just to kill this one right here. But this time, I think he's actually gonna like be able to maybe even kill it with a silver card here. We'll just see how much damage this does, because it's basically gonna do so much more damage. And you can just imagine if you have 3 humans, you do some AoE attacks, like even AoE attacks on like floor 1 and 2 are basically gonna just one-shot all the units, even on floor 3. So it's very, very crazy, especially if you get some that increases your crit damage by like 200%, some passives. I mean, some passives that increase your crit chance, so you will always crit, and passives that increase, of course, more passives that increase your attack, because you can get like another one that increases your attack by 100%. Maybe there's even a UR one that increases it by 200%. I don't know, I haven't encountered it yet, but there's most definitely like things you can do to just stack up your like skill damage and stuff like that so high. So here we're just gonna pick a human character. These are the ones that we can go by. Maybe I should reroll here, because Roxy isn't the greatest one, but if I reroll I might end up not getting a human. I will just bank on it actually not being super bad, and it was super bad. So we'll do this. Shin. Alright, we'll go for Shin. I haven't gone with Shin yet, so that's gonna be quite interesting. And then you just keep going. Now, if you didn't reroll there, you could have of course saved, well, 35 of those cubes for like the shop. You can actually buy a unit in the shop. It's pretty much always gonna be the same one, and I do believe if you're going for the human team, like the human unit you can buy isn't the best one. It's just Red Arthur, but I do believe there's some, like if you're going for the demon team, like you can get, was it Red Derriere or was it green or blue Derriere? I think it's one of the Derrieres. I don't think we can actually check it now because we don't have enough points, but you can also get like a passive for 30 of those coins or stones or whatever they are. And the passives can of course be like a human passive, and you can just buy that instead of a unit. I think that is actually better to just stack up the passives and then like get human characters from the different things here. Here I'll just go for Super Awakening power there, just to increase the power of my units. I don't need the ults because I'm pretty much not gonna ult, and then you just keep going. So that's what we're gonna do. Here you're just gonna pick another human, and then we're gonna get to the boss. So I'm not gonna bore you with it too much. I'm just gonna skip until the boss. I'll catch you there. Alright, this is actually incredible. We got another one which increases our attack by 100%, so these two actually stack, and yeah, it's gonna make it so much easier. And here we cannot pick a human character, which should still be fine for like the first turn. I'm just gonna see if any of these have like good backline unit potential passives. I can't quite remember exactly what all of those do. So this one needs to be in the front, So no good backline unit ones. Alright, it doesn't matter. Alright, so we have reached the final floor here, and of course, as you can see, these are the passives that I do have, which increase our human allies' attack by 150 and 100%, so that's very, very nice. Now the boss here is green Tarmiel, but it's actually blue Tarmiel, but he's a green unit, so Shin will deal a little bit more damage. He does have the same like cards, I do believe exactly same cards as blue Tarmiel. This passive right here is gonna reduce our HP. This passive is gonna increase the damage he deals every time he's attacked by 3%. This is gonna reduce the damage he takes by 20% when he applies a stance, and this is gonna increase his attack related stats by 9% anytime he takes damage from our skills. That should still maybe not be a problem. We do have 31k CC. I do believe you need 25k to go first. I did one run where I had like 21k. I was not able to go first. I had one where I had just a little bit over 25,000 and I was able to go first. But here we're just gonna use our single target cards. I don't think this does too much damage. This was 180% of attack. This one does 120. We're not gonna bother attacking with Troll at all, but what we're gonna do is we're probably just gonna attack with Ban here and then follow up with Shin. Alright, 9k. That didn't do too much. Alright, at least it crit, and when it crits, he killed him. So that's very easy. If he does stance up, maybe you can have like a unit that like has a stance cancelling card. Maybe you can get that. Otherwise, maybe you can have a unit that taunts up. Say you have this Ban here. This Ban's passive is really nice. It reduces the enemy's attack related stats, or maybe it's just attacked by 15% if he is not attacked. And because Tarmiel only uses like single target cards, that's really good. We also have Droll here who, well, that's why I picked him, because of his passive here. When Tarmiel gets his ult, he's gonna be disabled. I do believe you can disable him. Like you can apply some debuffs to him, maybe not all debuffs. Like I don't think you can stun him and stuff like that, but you can most definitely apply debuffs to him. Anyway, so if one of your units had died, you can of course go this way to revive them, or just go this way, and it's basically the same layout. You do have 2 shopping cards here. You do have 2 chances to get some units. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same layout, isn't it? That's the layout. We're just gonna go this path, and I'll just comment whenever I land on any of these, and yeah. We go into the final boss there as well. Actually, I just want to show the damage a single AoE card can do. And this is just so insane. Like, just look at how much this does. Yeah, you're basically killing everyone except for like units that you are type disadvantage against. If you get like the correct passives. But yeah, that's about it. Alright, so we got this SR passive here, which reduces the damage we take from attack skills by 40%. And we're just gonna take that as well. And here we actually get to pick from some actually good units. Purgatory Meliodas, but he's a demon character and we don't really need demon characters. We're going for a human meta, so we only need to pick human characters. That's a little bit unfortunate that we're not getting any human characters and we did waste 5 of these. Maybe I should have saved them. I'll just pick a character at random so I can get like one additional card, but that is most definitely not really what we're looking for. And in the first shop of the second floor, because we don't really have that many of these stones, we're just gonna get an additional 2 Super Awakening Stars. Alright, so for next passive we actually get a human race passive, and what this passive does is anytime one of our units, which is a human, gains an alt gauge orb, it is going to apply an effect for 1 turn that will reduce the enemy's attack related stats by 20%, and because we do currently have 2 humans on our team, that is gonna be, well, up to 40% attack related stat reduction, which is gonna be really nice against the boss at the end of this floor. And now we do also get to pick a character here, but we also do have the shop here, and the shop, of course, if you don't need any of the characters, you can just go into the shop and get whatever you need. But here we actually did get the one ultimate, which is crazy. I haven't seen him here before. I wasn't even sure he was here, but he is. And yeah, I mean, that's GG basically. So we're just gonna give ourselves the 2 Super Awakening Stars and move on. Alright, so we are at the boss on the second floor, and the boss on the second floor is Red Sariel, who happens to be a red type unit. He has the same exact cards, and he has some very interesting passives. So this passive, I believe anytime he crits, he's gonna increase his crit damage or something like that by 5%, or by 8%, stacking up to 5 times. He has a damage cap of 30%, so you can't deal more than 30% HP in a single attack. He also has this card right here, which the lower his HP is, the more crit chance he gets. I believe he gets like 1% crit chance for every 3% HP that has been taken from him. He basically has this card where if his HP is below 50%, he's gonna have his HP related stats increased by 8%, or maybe it's like HP, what's it called, lifesteal and stuff like that. So he will basically heal back to full if you do happen to bring him down to 15% or 50% without killing him. Basically this one also is gonna increase his resistance by 30% if he takes damage, stacking up to 3 times. So very, very annoying boss, but there is a way you can like deal with him, and I'm gonna show it to you right here, right now. So basically what you need to do is you just need to attack him once and just leave it at that. Now, because we do have 3 human allies and we do have the passive where if we actually move a card to get a alt gauge orb with each of our units, we will of course apply the attack related stats debuff to the enemy. And I do believe he can be attack related stats lowered. If not, we're just gonna have to count on this card saving us, so I don't know how it will go, but we'll see. We did get 2 Escanor cards. I'm gonna save them for the next turn. And we're just gonna hope that this card is gonna hit damage cap. Sariel actually doesn't have a lot of HP, as you can see, but it does have the damage cap, which is quite annoying. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use that card. Then I'm just gonna move a card like this once and like this once. There we go, we did 30% of his HP. We did not bring him below 50%. That is the important bit. He's not really gonna heal back too much here. And as you can see, he is attack lowered. Otherwise, it would basically hit you so hard. Another like passive that can work is the one that gives you a bunch of defense. That is of course gonna lower the damage he deals to you, but the passives we got here work quite well with this. So what we're gonna do is, I think I'm just gonna attack with the one ultimate and get his victory screen here as well against Sariel. And yeah, that was Sariel, quite easy. And now we move on to the third floor, which should basically look exactly the same. So nothing new there. It looks the same. If you go left, it's basically going to be the same. So that is what we're going to do. Alright, so for the next passive here, we got one that's going to increase our attack by 100% if our alt gauge orbs are at max. I'm not really going to bother with this one. I'm just going to reroll once and then we're going to pick a random one. I hope it's maybe a human one. It wasn't, but we're going to pick the giant one because we do have Diana in the back, so it's whatever. And then we just keep going. And the next unit we can pick from is any of these. None of them are human, so I don't think I'm actually gonna pick one unit here, because we do have the one, he's really good. I think we are like, our team is quite good here. I'm just gonna save those thingies for the shop here, and I think I might just move this way, just to make it easier on myself. Though I could move this way. I think this is gonna give me more of these points, so I might actually just do that. It did. It gave me like 5 more, so that was worth it. Alright, so here in the shop, the units we get to pick from are these units right here, none of them are human, unfortunately. But we are gonna have a look at the passives, and the passives don't really work for humans either. So this is the goddess passive, fairy passive, demon passive. It is what it is. We can just go for levels, or we can go for... I'm just actually gonna look. We're 81. This is gonna give us a couple of levels. This is gonna give us a couple of levels. I think I might just go for the levels, because that's gonna ensure that we can be level 100. And here we do have a star that we're gonna get anyway. So I'm just gonna go for the levels. Alright. Alright, so the next, and I believe maybe even the final passive we're gonna get here is this one right here. I'm gonna take this one because it's gonna reduce the damage we take from enemy attacks by 60%. Very, very nice. So now we have 2, which reduce the damage we take from enemies by 40% and then by 60%. So yeah, we're hardly gonna take any damage now. Alright, so for the final character we can select here, there are of course no humans. I can reroll this if I want to. I'm probably not going to though, because there aren't really that many good endgame humans. There is of course the one ultimate here, which we already have. If you perhaps didn't get him, maybe you can like reroll it if you're running the human team. Otherwise, of course, pick like any other team or any other units that's gonna work for your team. Now instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the shop here, and I'm not gonna go get my levels up, but what I will do is I'm actually gonna get this one right here, which is gonna reduce the enemy's damage by 100%. So straight up 200% damage reduction. I do believe they stack. So here's that. We're gonna get our final super awakening stars, and I do believe we're gonna get 2 more levels here. That's gonna put us at 95, 127k CC at the moment. Some really good stuff. Alright, so we're up against the final boss of the final floor, and it is going to be Mael, the corrupted angel Mael. These are the cards he has. He hits very, very hard. I'm just gonna go over the passives like this. Like if you want to translate them, or you can just check out what they do when it actually releases on global. I'm not gonna bother because I do have the one ultimate. It's gonna hit for so hard because I do have like the correct passives. No matter what unit I actually end up running with, I'm gonna end up dealing so much damage. I'm not really gonna take any damage here either, because I do believe I get to go first. I'm not quite sure how much CC you do need for this, but I was able to easily out CC this, and I did get 2 Escanor finger pokes. Now of course you don't really need the one ultimate for this, and even if you go second, I had Death Pierce drop down from the back after 2 of my units died, and I attacked like 3 times with Death Pierce, and that easily killed the boss. So you don't need the one ultimate. We're just gonna use the one ultimate for his amazing damage. Yeah, that's gonna be that for the 3 floors, and then we do have the underground part, and the underground part is like the interesting part, because the underground part is what's gonna like allow you to clear out this shop. And because we do have the one ultimate here, we can quite easily like rerun this, because we did manage to like beat it. And here's gonna go, congratulations, you beat it. You wanna replace your original team that you beat it with this new team? Sure, replace that. There we go. And then you go into the deeper parts. Now in the deeper parts, this is where, well, it's not really gonna be that difficult with this team. It might be depending on your team. Let's just say that I had Red Escanor, and I was able to solo with Red Escanor from the first or the second one all the way to somewhere right here or here before he died. So just one unit being able to clear all that, and then you have like 3 or 4 more and it's over, right? This isn't difficult. They really made it way too easy. There are some of them. I do believe the second one actually has a resurrection, so you do need to keep that in mind. Other than that, like, it shouldn't really be that difficult. I'm just gonna attack like this, and then 2 red type attacks, and that should kill it. I mean, even Escanor alone should kill it, but oh wow. Yeah, that's the difference between Escanor and literally any other unit. Well, as you can see, you're getting 18 of these. Sometimes you get 22. I believe you can also maybe get 25. I am not quite sure. Maybe you can check that here. So you can get 24, 22, or 18, and then you're guaranteed 15 of these regular ones. But the regular ones you don't really need. I'm not sure why they've added them here. It's not like you can like transfer them to your next run or something. But can you? Is that a thing you can do? Because I know I did like do the rerun once, but I don't think I was able to do this. Oh wow! I don't think I was able to like transfer the cubes. I think those were reset, but maybe you can. I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention honestly, and I only tried it for a little bit before I reset. But yeah, like this is how you do it. You just keep doing this. You get to the end, and then you got enough to clear the shop. I'm just gonna jump forward in time until we get to that point. So yeah, do bear with me. Alright, so we're approaching the final boss, and the final boss as well as the second boss are the only ones who actually do have a revive mechanic. We can of course check what each of them do, but is not that, you know, that difficult, so I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm just gonna do this, and we hit it with that. Maybe we kill it, maybe we don't. It also have a little bit more HP, but and he will sort of revive. Shin, man. Oh wow, it did take a lot of damage. Goodbye, Ban. That's totally fine. And goodbye, Shin. Alright. I think that worked out for us. We're getting some nice Escanor cards. And we can still use 2 cards, and I think I'm just gonna do this, and that. So we clear this, and once you actually clear it, you're gonna be greeted by the, well, congratulations screen, the blue one. And then you can sort of rerun this, and you can pick a character, you can pick a passive, and you can take it from there. Of course, always pick like the passive that's going to help you for whatever character you're gonna pick. Of course, we do have Diane in the back, so if we want to, we can of course just I'm just gonna show you, because if we want to, we can just pick Diane, and then we can sort of maybe try to get some giant passive. This Diane works really well as well if you want to go for a giant team, if you want to go for some other team. But I'm just gonna show you, if I click on this button right here, when I actually do get to pick the units, I can pick from, well, I don't know why he is here, but I do have him, I do have Diane, I do have Shin, as well as the Ban that I started with. So maybe that's why he's here. He's like a 4th unit if you don't replace like your original unit. We're gonna pick Escanor. That's what we're gonna do. Then you can pick whatever of these you want. I'm just gonna go for the 2 stars. That's gonna be nice. I think that gives you more stats overall. And then you can of course pick one of the passives. Now this could be a good passive to pick. I'm just gonna go for the damage increase. That's gonna help us on floor 1. Damage reduction is gonna help you on floor 2, and then you just get as much damage as you can for floor 3. Now the damage reduction is only for like the Sariel boss, because you can't kill him in 1 turn, unless of course you get like the 1 ultimate finger pokes. I guess then you can actually kill him in 1 turn. I think I did get that in this video, but I didn't use that, so it is what it is. I just wanted to show you that with like enough survivability you can survive it. Otherwise Sariel does hit very hard. He's gonna kill you. Against Tarmiel, if you don't kill him in 1 turn, he's gonna put up shield, he's gonna start healing himself, and it's gonna be really annoying. Then you might have to like go for your ultimates. If you have a unit that can taunt, go for like the other unit's ultimates, because he will like remove your ult gauge orbs. He does sort of attack at random, but he does sort of focus like 1 unit. So if say you get two ultimates with 2 units, he's gonna focus down 1 unit, and when he kills it, he's just gonna go for a random unit, because I do believe he has that unit targeted specifically, and you can like be lucky enough to get like 1 or 2 ults off. In that case, it all depends on what units you have, but honestly I would just like stack the damage increase buffs that you can get, and then just kill it in 1 turn. As well as for Mael, the final boss on floor 3. Just do that. Always go left side. If you want to feel adventurous, you can go right side, because you can of course end up with better stuff. But left side, as you saw, was very safe. I got to level 95, 6-star super awakened, I had 130k CC, and I had 1 ultimate, of course. Like you saw, I was able to pick like from Meliodas, the Merlin. Like it depends on like what team you're going. If you're going unknown, if you're going demon, if you're going goddess, whatever you want to go for, pick the passives that work for those units, and then of course pick units that's gonna work for those passives. As you saw, I did have Diane in the back, and that's why one of the passives I did pick was one that's gonna increase giant allies HP, because I thought that, yeah, I wasn't able to get like a human passive, I might as well go for that one, because in case one of my units die, Diane can drop down, she can taunt up, she's gonna have a little bit more HP, she's gonna be able to tank some more hits. So that was sort of the thought process behind that, and then I can just finish it off with like my other human units. But yeah, that's the guide, kind of. You do still have the shop, and of course once every day you can get these. Did it just reset? I think it just reset while I was recording this. So I can get another one of these. It's really nice. I do need 300 for the 10 gems, 250 for this one, so I'm just gonna buy this one. I'm gonna farm out enough for the 10 gems. So yeah, that's the guide. I do kind of like the changes that they made for like the new season of the Underground Labyrinth. Oh yeah, the login rewards. That's nice. Some more gems here. But the new season for the Underground Labyrinth worked out really well. They've most definitely improved it. They made it easier. I don't quite like that it's super easy. All you really need is to just reset until you get like one of the ones that increase your attack by either 100% or 150%, and then you're good to go for that specific unit that you're picking. Say you get for another unit and you still have like a human unit, you can like manage to go to like the first node where you actually get a race pick thingy, and then you can pick that new race where whatever you got the card for. Say you pick Ban and you got a human unit, and then you got like a demon 150% increase to attack, then just pick whatever demon characters you come across from then on and just replace that Ban once you get like the 4th unit. That should totally work as well. And maybe you don't have to like reset it as often as I did, but I only had to reset it twice. But When I started out, I had to reset like 10 times just to get like the correct passive. But yeah, anyway, that's it for me. Hope you liked the video, hope you liked the guide, hope it helped you. Let me know what you think about the new season of the Underground Labyrinth, and yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. Thanks for watching, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and yeah, guess I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.